that he will be addressing, because I know there's been an interest from the public on what is it we're actually going to be discussing, so if they want to comment on it or read some extra information, they can. So tonight and from now on, we will have on the superintendent's report actual list of topics that will be addressed so that the public can see ahead of time what the focus is and maybe generate some interest. So the superintendent has 3 items, and we'll start with the school site safety plan. And then next is the security update, the computer theft that Mr. Ferrani addressed earlier. And then an update on the graduation requirements committee. So Dr. Lawrence, if you want to start with the school site safety plan.
Yes. Just to give a quick update, immediately following the tragedy in Connecticut, I contacted Pete Peterson and asked him to work with Jeff McDaniels and to go and look at where we had issues around the district of not having Columbine locks on all of our classroom doors. The process was begun with the 2002 Measure C funds, and they completed about 40% of the doors in the district. However, we still needed to do an inventory because some of the doors actually need to be replaced along with the hardware because the doors are old and need to be replaced. So I've asked the M&O team to work with the facilities team and to do an inventory of lock assembly and as well as door quality. And then there have also been some questions and concerns from some of the sites about window covering and possible taking a look at window covering on some of the elementary windows where we have a lot of windows. So I've also asked them to document which classrooms we do and don't have window coverings. They feel that it will take about 5 weeks to do this assessment and then bring back to us an estimate what it will cost to finish out the Columbine lights. I think there's some of our newer doors have what are called panic bars on the inside, and they basically shut and lock automatically, and then you push the bar and they open. And actually, to unlock those and make them open, you have to have a hex key, and then you just unlock it and you can have the lock open. But otherwise, those doors are shut and locked at all times from the outside. So we're basically looking at the different types of mechanisms we can put on the door to ensure that they're locked from the outside. Columbine locks allow a teacher to lock the door from both the inside and the outside. So we're looking at the different options, and we'll bring back the cost. We're fortunate in that we have Measure C funds to be able to change, to be able to afford to change out the doors and the locks where necessary. We've also contacted the police chiefs in many of the communities that we're in. We're asking them that they would schedule a meeting with us in all of the schools in their community. So far, we've been able to schedule those in Clayton, Concord, Martinez. We're still trying to finalize 1 of 2 dates, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and we're trying to work with the Sheriff's Department on Bay Point, and then we also need to contact Pittsburgh for the one school in Pittsburgh. So we're asking the police chiefs if they would meet with us, talk to our principals about the school site safety plans and things they may want to consider adding to their plans, or also inviting police officers to walk our sites and to give us input on where they might see concerns. At the K-Adult meeting next week, we have an agenda item scheduled where we're going to talk about having campus supervisors and new duty assistants, possibly having master keys when they would come into the office on a daily basis and check out a master key. So if you're out on the playground and an issue happens, obviously you'd want to get kids into the nearest classroom if possible. And so you can't always predict which classroom that might be. So we're going to talk to principals about having keys available on the campus for campus supervisors and new duty assistants. And so those are the different items that we're working on around school safety and updating our school safety plans.
Just I want to comment first. I think that's a great idea to have the police walk the campus, because I know as a former high school principal myself, we're often asked to just, you turn to site administrators who are suddenly supposed to be instantly smarter, and we write these school site safety plans without any real training and knowledge, and it really is something that is a good collaboration to do with the police department, who are trained to have an eye for that. So I appreciate the fact that we're inviting the police in to walk our campus, because this is really trying to reassure our community that we are going to keep on ahead of this and try to create safer schools and keep you informed on what it is we're doing.
And I'll piggyback on that, and Money Guidance, I was part of the site council which developed the safety plan. we actually had a member of the Concord Police Force who came, and I think it was really helpful. Do we currently have a district-wide security plan?
Basically, since every site is different, every site comes up with a school safety plan. And so, that's what we focus on, is implementing those in each site. So a district-wide security plan, what components would you be looking for that would be different than the school site safety plan?
I guess my question, is there value in having at least a template so that schools have, that for instance, the Columbine locks, that's a best practice across the district, that every single school, instead of hoping that 50 plus schools are each implementing it, that's rather a best practice spread across the entire district?
And I think the Columbine locks are something that we are taking care of at a district level. We do give the schools a template. We get a template from the state, and then we implement that template at all of the school sites. I think as we meet with the police officers, and the police chiefs, as Mrs. Hanson points out, and listen to their input, we can then get best practices and share them across cities and communities.
So I know that schools, well, let me ask, what format are the school site safety plans available in right now?
They're available at the school sites, and we are looking to get them scanned in and available on PDF. Jonathan Roslin works with the schools on those safety plans.
I'm Jonathan Roslin, Assistant Director of Student Services. So basically, every year, each school does update their safety plans. Each school does have a hard copy of their safety plans, as well as we have a copy in Student Services as well. Our hope is this year to create, at least as part of our template, to have each school be able to have at least a portion of that safety plan on their websites as well. And that's something that we're looking forward to hopefully be able to do this coming cycle with our safety plans as well. The safety plans are about this thick, so we wouldn't have to put the whole safety plan on, but at least those aspects of the safety plan that are specific to each individual school, that's what we're hoping to do. And for those aspects that are district-wide, common to all schools, we hope to have that on our school district website as well.
So I think most parents are not going to come to the district office or come in and ask for the hard copy, but if we can put, especially the parts that are pertinent to parents, and in the event of an emergency, here's the procedure, here's what's happening, here's the meeting place, and things like that. Putting a particular emphasis on having those available online, because as a parent, that's where I go and look, and I think that's where most parents look as well.
No, I agree. I'm a principal at Pleasant Hill Middle School for 10 years, and by far the most important aspect of that job was school safety, and for the parents to feel that their kids were safe, and in case of an emergency, to know exactly what those procedures were. And I think we're definitely ready to move forward, to have more of that information available for parents through our website. And that's what we've been discussing with Felicia Stuckey-Smith, our director, to be able to move forward so that information is much more accessible for parents during this next cycle with our safety plans.
Can that be available by the end of this school year online, or is that a project for next year?
That's our goal by the end of this school year, to have that online.
So I have a question. How are we evaluating what information will go up on a website? Because there's certain information that we wouldn't want someone with ill intent to gain access to. And will that priority of what goes up on a website be discussed with law enforcement, or will it be, what are the parameters around that? Because even publishing on a website that all the students can be picked up at XYZ shopping center could be very revealing to someone with who's intent on doing harm.
I think, again, fortunately, we have great relationships with all of our police chiefs. So I think sharing with them the template of information that we plan on putting up online and getting their input around that would not be hard to do, so that we can easily do that and still put up information that parents would find pertinent and useful. I believe we can do that for the different sites. So,
Because wouldn't that same information be available if whoever wanted to go in and pick it up at the school site or here at the district office?
if they wanted to read through the